What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about Bone Shiba Swap token and why I feel like it is going to have an XRP moment. So what you're seeing right here on the chart is XRP, and I think we may be able to see a nice little run up like this for Bone. So make sure you do me a huge favor before I even get into the video. Go ahead and hit that like button. It's going to help push this video out to more people. More people will be able to see Bone. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion about Bone. Now, one thing about XRP that a lot of people don't realize what happened in the past few years is the lawsuits that XRP had with the SEC. So because of the lawsuit, it caused a massive amount of suppression on the chart. So you essentially seen XRP have a consolidation, guys, really since 2018, which is crazy. Even during the bull market, it really didn't, bull market in 2021, it really didn't have that huge pop because of that lawsuit. So the lawsuit kept giving them bad news, getting them delisted on platforms, and it essentially just had straight sideways consolidation. Now, on the other hand, you have Bone Shiba Swap token. Same thing with it. Different story, but same action or same result as far as price suppression. One thing about Bone that a lot of people don't realize when it comes to a reward token, because at one point in time, Bone was the reward token for the Sheeb army. So people used to stake, people used to provide liquidity. In return, they would receive Bone as a reward. Anytime that you have any type of reward token, it tend to be a token that tend to get sold off because people would sell that token in order to get whatever native token for that blockchain is. So that is essentially what's happening for Bone. People will get a massive amount of Bone for staking, providing liquidity. They'll get their Bone, then they'll sell it and swap for Ethereum. So this is what we've been seeing for ever since 2021, guys. Ever since 2021. So with that price suppression, any pops that Bone had, you start seeing sell off because people got their reward. They want to get, the way that you realize your reward is by selling. And that's exactly what ended up happening until the team announced that, oh, Bone is no longer the reward token. Now we have a new reward token, which is Treat. So because Treat is out, because Treat is going to be used as that reward, there's no more minting of Bone, which that stopped, a long time ago. But it just goes to show you that without any new mint of Bone that's coming out, it's not making Bone dilutive. One thing that you see, this is one thing that I hate in this, like stocks that I hate in the stock market, is stocks that have public offering. The stock is out. Let's just say the stock has 100 shares in the market. But all of a sudden, if I own 10 shares out of that 100, I own 10%, right? 10% of that company, 10% of that stock. But if they dilute or they do a public offering and they add 900 more shares, now instead of the total supply of that stock only being at 100, it's currently at 1,000. So now my percentage of how much I own becomes 1%. So I essentially just got diluted. Instead of me owning 10% of the company, now only own 1%. So that brings value down anytime that tend to happen. And this is exactly what it was doing for Bone for these past years. And this is why I remain bullish on Bone, because I knew at one point in time it was going to stop being that reward token. And whenever it starts to become that reward token, that price suppression that we've been seeing for Bone for the past few years, it's over. I made a video about explaining this before in the past, but not this in detail. And this is why I'm excited, especially seeing now that the team in itself, guess what? Anytime that they need Bone, they're going to have to go to the open market itself to being able to buy Bone. We've seen them buy a massive amount of Bone, which is screaming bullish for Bone. So I'm excited about this, and I think because of that price suppression, just like after the price suppression ended for XRP, it had this big pop, big parabolic action. We're gonna be able to see some type of big parabolic action happen for Bone as well. Now, granted, the market is not doing the best, or else I think this buy right here or this pop right here would have probably went a lot further if we weren't counter trending against the market. So keep your eyes peeled on Bone. Again, extremely bullish on this. Now, I did see this post. I'm not sure if you guys saw this post by Vet Kusama. It says Shaitoshi Kusama has been offline for a week. Don't worry, more is on the way. When the silence is broken, everything will be great. Please let me leak a few things. Asking Shaitoshi and Cal. Looks like some big stuff is on the way, guys. Again, it may be related to the reason why they were buying so much Bone. Again, only time will tell. But I at least thought I'd make this video, guys, just to be able to explain my position into, why I'm still bullish on Bone and why I still think Bone is going to be the next big thing. And also for the people who always ask me like XRP versus Bone, like why they think XRP is better. But the thing is, when you look at XRP, guys, and this is not even a knock, like if you have huge amount of capital, XRP could be that asset that most people invest into. It is a little bit more safer. It doesn't have that huge volatility versus buying a low market cap play. But the thing is, though, your earning potential, if you're not putting in a huge amount of capital into XRP, your earning potential is essentially capped, guys. This thing has 99 billion that's in circulation as far as the supply. So in order for this thing to really move or really have another huge leg up, it's going to require a huge amount of capital. And typically speaking, when it comes to crypto, there's not a lot of capital that's going to just automatically just flow into one asset like this to cause it to have a 10x. Like the crazy thing about it, from where it consolidated from, it still has not done a 10x yet, guys. That's the great thing about it. People are like, oh, XRP this, XRP that. Like I mentioned, if you are putting a huge amount of capital in XRP, it's great. But for the average investor who is investing into XRP, and it's not even a knock, it's just based upon the numbers. Again, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Uh, so the point that I'm making is the upside for XRP is extremely limited versus Bone, who has the circulating supply of 229 million, which I already made a video explaining that this is not actually true. This is actually a lot lower. But didn't want to make this video longer than what it has to be, but hopefully you guys understood what I'm talking about. If you don't, leave a comment down below so that way I could see it and I could answer it. But Random Arts guys signing off. Peace!